ladies and gentlemen, we have some big news. Apparently, there is a new Godzilla vs. Kong coming out next year. It's not Godzilla vs. Kong anymore. I think they're teaming up. The title says Godzilla x Kong. And in this video by Goji Center, I'll throw them up on the screen right now so you can see them. We are going to be exploring the trailer and trying to figure out who the new villain is. Let's do it.
Snap, that's Kong.
Yeah, I thought so too at first. I thought it was Kong. I was like, wait, hold up.
Hold up. Something is not right here.
Something is not right.
That's right, guys. Legendary Pictures has done it again and took everyone by surprise with not only a new title for the next epic MonsterVerse sequel, but also a lot more to talk about, including this odd, mysterious
Who's excited? Let me know in the comments if you're excited for the movie.
We'll make an attempt to reveal the identity of this creature and try to go as far as understanding its abilities.
We're going to be making so many videos leading up to that point
in the MonsterVerse timeline.
I'm so excited.
If you want to stay informed on all things MonsterVerse, you have officially found one of the best channels for this sort of content.
Let's go, I'm ready.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Hit that subscribe button.
And without further ado, let's get to analyzing this.
Who do you guys think this is?
Now, we are going to guess that many of you watching this clip immediately thought of Kong. Your opinions started to get shaky around this moment.
Yeah, when his arm.
You would have probably thought two things.
His arms are real skinny.
Either Kong got really old and we are looking at a scene that takes place in the future.
True.
Or two, this cannot be Kong.
I didn't think it was Kong when you started backing out.
A disclaimer here that says all ideas, theories, and guesses discussed in this video are pure speculation.
It's just
based
speculation.
on what we currently know about the MonsterVerse and what is shown in this title reveal trailer.
And when his eyes were glowing like that,
we are going to side with number 2. This is probably
Godzilla mixed with Kong.
Why? Well, let's break this creature down even more. The first thing that we learn from this animal is that this creature's eyes glow with a blue color.
Exactly.
This isn't necessarily an attribute of the Kong species that we know of, as we have seen many depictions of adult Kongs without these glowing eyes.
He doesn't have glowing eyes
The
like
next clue
that.
is its corporal appearance. By increasing the exposure in this video, we find that this seems to be an older Titan. Its head seems to be lacking some hair on the top of its skull.
Maybe like an orangutan?
Because of its old age. Additionally, this animal does not seem to have the corporal mass of a healthy adult Kong.
Yeah, he doesn't look very strong.
Its arms do not have anywhere near as much muscle mass as Kong's.
Right.
Also, we find that this particular Kong has what appears to be orange or reddish colored fur.
He looks so cool.
We know what some of you are thinking. This sort of fits the description of an orangutan. Which brings the next question, what really is this thing? And can we really call this a member of the Kong species?
I don't know too much about the Kong bloodline, so that's where I'm a little lost.
It is important to remember that it is absolutely absurd to think of the Kong species as a group of Titans that look exactly the same way.
True.
Similar to us humans, or really
we don't
any other
all look
animal,
alike.
it is completely unrealistic to assume that every single animal will come out the same shape, color, and size.
True.
So that doesn't necessarily mean that this creature is not a Kong. This physical appearance does lay bare the fact that it is a Titan of old age, someone who is much more ancient than Kong.
It definitely is old.
This Titan's worn-down appearance makes it seem
especially
like it should have died of old age a long time ago.
He's kind of
it
chilling
hasn't
like
died yet. We'll discuss why that may be later in this video. Right now, we must determine if this thing is in fact a villain. And we are going to say yes, it probably is. Before the title is revealed, we see the camera back away from this Titan
and then you see Godzilla and Kong.
Both Godzillas and Kongs. Once again, reinforcing the theory that this guy right here is actually a third character.
Maybe
and
he
does
got
not
them
look
both?
like it's been up to any good. In this instance, it looks like Legendary reversed their methodology in revealing the bad guy. In GVK, Mechagodzilla was revealed towards the end of their marketing campaign.
Right, very true.
Here, we might be looking at the opposite. But why on earth would we have another ape face against Godzilla and Kong? Didn't Godzilla already prove to us that he can defeat a Kong with atomic breath or in melee combat?
So now
so
both
far,
of them
the arena
together,
looks like this.
they could just
destroy a giant atomic lizard and an incredibly intelligent ape going up against another old scrawny ape? On paper, this may seem pretty unfair, unless there is something we don't know about this bad guy that may level the playing field. This may be answered by a small clue in the trailer.
What could the eyes, yeah, true.
Yeah, we're going to delve further into this detail.
Maybe he's got some powers?
Before, this would have been the first time we see a Kong with glowing eyes, but not just any color.
Or maybe he can control.
Why is this important?
Kaijus.
If you recall, the Hollow Earth is abundant with a certain type of energy.
I want to see Destroy in a movie.
That it can be seen with the naked eye, and it glows
a good
blue.
Movie.
Now remember, in this film's synopsis, we are told that Godzilla and Kong will join forces to go against a common foe. So this means that this ape has to be strong enough to take on and outsmart both of these titans.
That would be a pretty strong
titan. This in turn
titan.
leads us to believe that this glow is in fact an indicator that this Kong is capable of doing things this Kong cannot do. Remember,
Interesting,
this is most likely an ancient
what type
Kong,
of things,
an individual that has lived long enough to perhaps harness the energy of this place, leveraging it to allow it to live a long time. Longer than it should, or perhaps even weaponize it. So what weapon could this animal possibly possess that can stand up
like
against,
that blue glow,
I don't know, atomic breath, for example? Imagining a Kong spitting out atomic breath is, quite frankly, a bit silly.
That would be sick, though.
The MonsterVerse movies do tend to reference the ancient iterations of Titans, we might have an idea of what this OP Kong is capable of doing.
Ooh, okay, let's hear it.
A long time ago, back in 1962, in King Kong vs. Godzilla, Kong was given an ability that was able to give pause to the big scaly lizard. If you recall, Kong happened to get electrocuted by lightning, thus allowing it to then redirect this energy into its hands, giving it an edge in close combat. Similarly, this new creature could have found a way to incorporate these energy-rich attributes into its own body.
That would be
Whether it was
sick.
by exposure causing mutations, ingestion, or
Kong
whatever
species
means necessary.
And maybe
this
that's why he's
energized
bald.
weapon could take form in many ways. This is unknown, but most likely redirected to whatever body part makes contact with the enemy, such as its hands, legs, probably even its teeth and skeletal frame. The point is that this Kong most likely has an edge over these two kaiju, but it probably won't end here. Some of you may think that physically speaking, this scrawny animal would still be too weak to actually defeat two robust alpha titans.
He just looks too
scrawny. The truth may surprise you. You may think that skinny always means weak. Well, guess again, and we'll use orangutans as an example. Although their arms seem to lack muscle mass, these are actually extremely strong. This is because these have evolved to have high-density musculature on their forelimbs, but also something known as fast-twitch muscle fibers. These special adaptations allow quick, powerful movements, insanely strong grips, and most importantly, devastating impacts. Also keep in mind that strength alone does not win you a fight. Apart from this thing being deceivingly strong, it's also very likely that this kaiju has mastered fighting technique, as it's most likely extremely battle-hardened as well. This is further implied by the red war paint that can be found on this creature's face. It's possible that he has taken part in the murdering of other titans in the past. This is, of course, deduced by the vast amount of skeletons laying in front of it. Over its long life, this Kong would have possibly even partaken in the Great Titan War. Perhaps even figuring out how to kill a few Gojiras himself. But why would a member of a Kong species even turn against one of his own? We'd like to think that this trailer carries a lot of implied meanings, one which may give us a clue on why this Kong would turn against a member of its own kind. This guy is standing on top of many different types of skeletons. He is standing on a lot. From There's Kongs, so many skeletons. To even these different bones reminiscent of this skeleton seen in the previous film. Additionally, we know that this film was going to also be called Origins. So if we connect the dots, we could assume that we are looking at one of the last remaining troublemakers that maybe instigated the war between Kongs and Godzillas. Anyone who was not with them was against them. Gojira
they can go anywhere with this. They got a whole year before the movie comes out,
so that Kongs aren't really that much different than human civilizations. In the next film, maybe this bad guy sees that Kong is aligned with the G-Man, causing a conflict against both Godzilla and Kong.
True.
How would Godzilla react to this situation, though? Would Godzilla now consider Kong as an enemy, at least for a short period of time?
1v1v1?
Perhaps. The title tells us everything we need to know. Instead of Godzilla and Kong, this is now Godzilla X Kong.
That's why they did it like that.
I like that. Now carries an ambiguous meaning, something that fits the description of these two titans temporarily having a dispute,
it's not Godzilla versus
perhaps
Kong.
Later joining forces once again.
So you never know. It could be either way.
Even more to this. Another explanation on why this particular Kong is turned on its own kind would be because there could possibly be other forces at play here.
Other forces like new Titans?
With this one, but remember, the synopsis did say that there is a huge, colossal threat that is hidden within our world. One that threatens the Titans' existence and humanity alike.
Destroyer!
Back to this animal's glowing
Could you
eyes.
imagine, bro?
Apart
Could you
from
imagine?
This being an indicator that this thing possesses something different that distinguishes it from a regular Kong,
so perhaps
it's an indicator of other influences meddling with the mind of this creature. Who knows, but Legendary could maybe be pulling off another twist here. It won't be too far-fetched to see another even greater force behind all of this. Something controlling not just this creature, but potentially other titans with the intentions to stir up trouble in the present day.
So what kaiju can control other kaijus like that?
The Great Titan War and jeopardized the survival of these two Great Titan species.
Oh, man.
This is as far as we're going to push the theories.
Then for now, that is the end of this video, guys. Let me know in the comments who's excited. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching with me. I love ya. Goodbye.